Okay, so somebody from my stream wanted to see the LR Go Bros EZA versus the most recent Goku Black and Zamasu Red Zone. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be taking a quick look at them. You can see that the team we're rocking here is the Bonded Parent Child / Future Saga team. We have a couple fail safes just in the event that, you know, we do get messed up, and we also we're obviously bringing Ghost Ushers because we need to make sure that we don't just get absolutely like lit up, right? Because the Go Bros again are going to be okay. So we did get the rotation that we wanted right off the bat with having Gohan here, so we can link him up. I think that'll be nice. That way we get a couple more links for these guys. And what we'd want to do is throw him in the second slot here where there's one attack, and then we'll just go ahead and do this. So one thing that's interesting about the Go Bros is they get extra key per orb, right? So in slot 2, potentially with these guys right here, we will be getting I didn't mean to grab that one. That's fine. I messed up right there, but I think we'll be good. I don't know if we would have been able to get that 18 key either way, excuse me. So right away, again, we're going to use an Usher just to get rid of that, because type disadvantage, there's just no way that Zamasu is going to be able... Zamasu is just going to light us up in that spot right there. So the Go Bros damage should be relatively impressive here. So 4.7 there, but they definitely can look better after they've built up a little bit. And, you know, especially being type disadvantage in this first phase, that's not going to help either. But you guys can see right there, 2 supers, then we get a third attack. That could potentially be another super. And then we did get a crit right there. So, like, you know, not the most impressive turn for them, but they definitely can look better as the fight goes on, right? Especially if we get, like, the GT duo in slot 3 or something like that. We can get the standby going. They get their attack buff and whatnot. They could potentially look really good. So what we want to do is throw Trunks and Vegeta in slot 1 here. So that way they get some build up right in that spot. We'll grab these orbs right here for the GT duo so they can build up some damage reduction. And then we'll also we are not going to be able to get the 24 key for Gohan right here, but we will be able to get the 18 key, and he will have guard. So he should be just fine in slot 1. This could potentially hurt though. Yeah, 366 is not great. But we will get the heal up from the Bulma support memory on the next turn. So we'll see. Again, this could be, you know, not great. We'll probably have to do more than one run in this specific instance. Because this team is just like, this team is good, but the Go Bros could potentially just throw this run, right? And it just depends on where Zamasu hits, you know what I mean? Because, like, it could be good, it could be bad, you never know. Yeah, quick sub during the vid, appreciate you, buddy. The GT duo is going to be able to build up their damage reduction decently quick here, so that's 2 supers right there, and we can build that up. Only 2 right there isn't great. And then Zamasu, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he raises his attack on that super, so that's also not great. But what we want to have right here, Gohan has type advantage and guard, so if we do get an additional super, we should be just fine right here. We do not. 5k, that's not great, but again, we are going to be getting the heal up from the Bulma support memory on the next turn, if I am not mistaken. So what we would want to do... Trunks and Vegeta, so we're gonna run a risk right here, but Trunks and Vegeta are going to build up per hit on this. So if I grab, there's no way to really get around the okay, we'll get key on the hit, so we'll do this, and now this way we'll get our 18 key with the HP being a bit lower, and we'll just test and see how it looks without items just to kind of get like an idea. But that's assuming, you know, Trunks and Vegeta don't just get us toasted right here, right? Because he's going to heal up right here, and obviously he's immune to being stunned and all that. So, you know, you want to dodge it? No. 360? Okay. So, we'll go right back in, but just unlucky with the supers there. Ideally, you would want like a Trunks of Vegeta on the first slot. On both of the first slots, excuse me, so that way we can kind of like hide the Go Bros a little bit more. But maybe what we'll do instead of bringing Ushers is we'll do like the 2 turn with like a Whis or something like that, and maybe that could potentially make this run a little bit smoother. We'll take these guys off the team, and then also who else can we bring that would kind of make this go right? I just have it sorted by LRs, but yeah, I think this Gohan is fine in this spot, to be honest. And then instead of this, we'll bring Whis items this time instead, rather than a Ghost Usher. So that way we get the 2 turn effect rather than 3, or than 1, excuse me. So now, okay. It just depends on the attack spread, right? What we can do is we're gonna risk it for the biscuit right here. Yeah, data download should give us the information we need tonight, bud. If the first hit is not a super, we're in business, right? But right here, we're going to get the 18 key that we need on the Go Bros. So they have on this turn 3 links active, which is not the most impressive thing ever. But again, this isn't really like a setup for them on this specific instance. So the first hit was good. There we go. So that gets that out of the way. Now, I guess it would kind of be like a good gauge to see if they do take a super. Like spoiler alert, it'll probably mean death. But you know, now we're gonna have 3 links active, 18 key. It's going to look a little bit more impressive. So 6 million right there. We don't know yet, Vegeta, but there we go. So a crit on that one, a double super 4.7, and we'll keep an eye on the crits, right? Because that's really where these guys kind of. Jesus, I have that on my monitor. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, 1.4 million on the super. Yeah. Are you happy, Jordan? That's good. That's good. Okay. This is not going according to plan. But it's all good. We're going to power through it. I don't really think it's that we're bringing bad teams. It's just we're getting unlucky with the supers, right? Okay, third try on this one. Again, GoBro's taking a super right there. Was just the kiss of death. So right here we have an okay setup. It just depends on how much damage we take in the first hit. So if the first hit is a super, it's all she wrote, right? But if not, we are in business. So we'll grab these, we'll grab this with Trunks of Vegeta, and now we'll be able to not even, yeah, this bad key across the board there. First hit, don't be a super. Thank you. So we'll take like the 130 there, and now we're good. You know, I think if Gohan were to potentially take a super, I believe this one is classified as like not like a normal super, so it is potentially going to sting a decent bit. But all right, we'll see. Boom, nice. So now these guys are going to get a couple, you know, attack or defense raises in before they take their super, hopefully, because I'm feeling a super in this spot for sure. But we do get a double super right there, so that is nice. We'll get a little bit more defense before the potential one. We are waiting for the data download, by the way, Vegeta, if you're still here. Then we'll know. But so let's see. 1 super. If you want to do 2, that'd be lovely, because we have that type advantage. That will help. Only get 1, and then no super on that turn. Okay, so now, again, we're in kind of a similar predicament where I just want to kind of keep putting these guys in slot 2 just to test them. But what we'll do is we'll pop a Whis right here, which, again, if it's a super on them, it's still not going to be enough because of the type disadvantage. But we will at least, at the very, we will at least give it a puncher's chance, right? We'll see what happens. Again, they're the highlight, or they're the focus of the video, so it's like I'd rather them take the damage just to kind of get like a look, if you will. I didn't really know the word for there, but again, I believe we are getting the 18 key right here, so we are going to be able to get the what's it called? We will be able to get like 1 or 2 more supers in. We'll get like a crit or 2 in there. We'll get some damage. We don't know yet, user. But there we go. So now it depends on if this is a super or not, because 40% damage reduction is absolutely not going to be enough in terms of you know, of like tanking this super, right? But there we go. So there's the double super right there. So boom, and no super. How much with the, okay, so 51k with the Whis active, and these guys can kind of build their damage reduction up a little bit, and if they take a normal for like a potential amount of damage, we should be okay, because now we're gonna have a Whis active on the next turn as well. So we're hoping for this to not be a super right here, but if that's the case, then this will be a nice like 15-minute showing of this fight just being unfair to me, I think. So boom, slot 3. There we go, triple super. So now we're up to 30% damage reduction with the Whis active initially with these guys. So it's like, you know, they're getting 10% on super, and we got a triple super right there. And now it depends on whether or not ZAMASU wants to do right here. We get a normal that's going to be double digits, so now we're in the good spot. What I want to do is I want to float off Gohan so we can potentially see him linked up with the GoBros on the next turn. And once we get out of this phase, if we do, it'll be nice, because we can then we can what's the word? We can get the GoBros linked up with Gohan and stuff like that, and we'll also be out of the type disadvantage like loop, right? Because that's kind of been like the big problem, is we're type disadvantage in this specific instance. So it's like you really have to be careful. We have to make sure we have like a Whis active at all times. The damage reduction has to build up and whatnot. So that's where things do get a little bit tricky. But again, Gohan's going to have his guard on this turn, so we should be good with the normal on the end there. If they want to super Trunks of Vegeta, we should be okay. Especially with the Whis active. This could potentially still do like 200k. Yeah, 157, but at least on this next turn we should be all right, because we'll be going into turn 4. I do believe that's when the Bulma support procs on that memory. So now with his attack raise, we still should be good, especially after a double super. We should be good to go. So let us see. Boom. And how much you want to do right here? Double digits, nice. Yeah, so we did get the support memory from the heal up from the support memory. What we can do right here is we can put the Go Bros in slot 1 because there's no attacks in slot 1, and then Trunks and Vegeta will still have their guard. So when we do this right here, we're going to be looking at their 18 key. Then we'll go ahead and grab these right here. We'll get an 18 key with you, and then with Gohan, we are not going to be able to get an 18 key, but we still do have type advantage, so we still should be okay because we have the potential spot right here. So 6.6 million, and then the next time we see these guys, they will have Gohan to link up with, and they'll be a little bit more built up, and this could work out very nicely. So right there, we do get the crit, we get another crit, we do an additional, again, another crit. So imagine those had all been supers and the RNG had kind of played in our favor. That would have been a triple super, triple crit right there from the Go Bros. So that would have looked pretty good. We don't know when the banners are dropping just yet, buddy Lucas, but we shall see when the data download hits. Let's see. Yeah, everyone keeps saying that they forgot about this EZA, but it's just because it's not out on global yet, right? That came during the Turles celebration, which should be coming out after the worldwide for global. So yeah, not a great situation now that we're in, because I don't believe we can get the standby on the next turn, but we also do have the GT Duos revival, so that could potentially help out as well. Oh no, we don't have it. Okay. I don't know what I want to do right here, because that does put us in a problem, or in a situation. I just said I don't know, bud. Because now that first hit has worn off. So I think what I want to do is, do I dare float off? Yeah, I think that's what we do. I think we do this. So, because these guys can potentially like tank the super at least a little bit, and by the time this turn is over, Goku will not have to worry about that damage reduction, or not having his damage reduction. Oh, we might just be dead, huh? 298. We're just getting by the skin of our teeth here. Yeah, now we're really in a predicament because we have a Whis, but I don't really think we have a reliable heal up going up. So it's like, if we can get out of the next turn, we'll be okay. But again, that's going to be quite specific. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pull that off, even with a Whis active. Okay, so Trunks and Vegeta have stacked up a decent bit at this point. We will have type advantage with the next Trunks and Vegeta that we have going into the next turn. So that could potentially work. But again, let's see. So the hit spread is nice on the Go Bros, but it is not good on Gohan on the end there. So what I think we do is we put Trunks and Vegeta in slot 1. We grab this active skill to raise everybody's defense. And that's a guaranteed crit, so that takes, about a health bar. And, with the way that the Go Bros work, and we'll also grab this while we're here, because this might be the last time we see them. They are the way Goku Black and Zamasu work is they are pretty spongy, if I had to say so, if I say so myself. From my experience fighting them, it's like they hit very hard, and with a Whis active that might be able to kind of counteract that, but it tends to be like what's the word? We're not going to be able, I guess it's only if we haven't built up yet, but with Trunks and Vegeta in this specific spot, or with the Go Bros in this specific spot, with the crits that they can do, if Trunks and Vegeta can just survive this onslaught in slot 1, we should be good to go, right? With a Whis active, type advantage, guard, I don't know how much this is going to do, but it's probably going to do, yeah, not much at all. So 7,700 right there, but they do raise their attack, so I'm thinking that Gohan could potentially take 200k from a normal, even with a Whis active, right? But with the Go Bros coming in, this should be, their attack should be okay, at least in this situation, because now we have a little bit more links active with Gohan being around. Yeah, so now we're getting closer to like some pretty impressive attack numbers, right? So 12 million right here, and if we crit, this will do a decent amount. We crit right there, and we take like a bar and a half. We do a normal. Give me another super. Ah, come on. One more. No, okay, so not their best turn. And then, potentially right here we could die just because Gohan is type disadvantage and we don't have his guard. The damage reduction might bail us out, but who knows? Yeah, no, not at all. So honestly, we'll do one more try at this, and then, the Go Bros, you kind of are like seeing what you get, right? It's in the first phase, they're kind of a liability. So it's like you have to kind of work around them in that first phase, but once you get out of it, they can look impressive. But just like that was like a perfect storm of just things not going our way in terms of like supers being in the bad spots, not having any of our standbys active, weren't able to get the GT Duos revival. So, that is where things do get a little bit tricky. But again, I think this team can work. Maybe we should just like take Gohan off the team, the AGL one, because he didn't do us any favors there in the second spot, right? Just like the 8th. Yeah, the 8th, the Boo Duo could be interesting maybe, huh? We could try that. That's kind of sketchy, but we could try it. And then this will be the last run for this recording, so this video will probably go live tomorrow. But again, I just wanted to... My friend said he wanted to see the Go Bros in here, so I'm trying to give you like the most honest showing. With no item active, it's very scary, and with even with an item active, it's kind of scary. So, you know, it goes either way. I don't know who I want to throw on the 3rd slot, right? Hey Jester, how you doing, man? I don't know. I feel like Gohan hasn't been letting us down. Maybe we go World Tournament Goku, huh? He could be like a nice like hold it down type of unit for us. Yeah, Future Gohan I think they did a really good job with. But I gotta lock in here on the Go Bros. That's the point of today's video, the Go Bros. Okay, so right off the bat, just an abysmal start, huh? Let's see, how's the hit spread? Okay, so the cope is, that's not even that much cope, huh? I think what I want to do is set it up like this, and then we'll pop an item. Yeah, we don't know yet, bud. It's just whenever the data download hits, we'll get a better idea. If I had an answer, I'd tell you, but we don't yet. Yeah, so right here, we're only going to be able to get the 12 key. But these guys, hopefully they won't fraud us out after they do some super attacks. So, you know, just trying a couple different team builds with the Go Bros in here and just kind of seeing how it goes, right? Not expecting the world from these guys, unfortunately. You know, they really did not get any favors from the way that, thank you for the sub, bud, but they really didn't get any favors from the way the game is kind of playing out right now, which is like content where units that build up, they have to build up like astronomically fast to be like half usable, right? But one thing you will notice with this unit is they, you know, their crits are pretty consistent, and they're usually double to triple supering. So, you know, you're going to be able to see them look fairly impressive, right? So with a Whis active right there, we were able to get double digits from normal, so that is okay. But, you know, it's going to come down to, what's the word? Like, if we take a super in this specific phase, like with either of those guys, it's going to be rough, right? But the Boo Duo, we could potentially, you know, see their standby. So it's like maybe just adding like that 3rd standby is what we need to get this, the victory on this one. The dub, if you will. But we'll see, because next turn we're going to be going in and they won't have it. So what we want, who's got the higher defense? The friend one does at 227. And we want to grab these. This will give us the 24 key with them, so they can build up a bit, and then we'll have another Trunks of Vegeta for the next time we see them. It's more than likely going to be that the super is in slot 1. That's usually where it tends to be. Not this time, but we did get some nice build up there with Trunks of Vegeta, so they'll be in a little bit safer of a spot on the next time they go in. So that will help as well. So here we go. Another additional, you know, getting some build up in there. But again, it's like, if you're going into one of these fights, especially with like an older unit like the Go Bros, like their EZA helps, but it's definitely not like a world beater or anything like that. So we'll see how this one plays out before I give like, you know, quick final thoughts and get out of here. But, you know, I usually don't tend to do the versus type of videos, but again, I told somebody I would upload this one, so we're just getting our ass beat for 20 minutes here, and then we'll figure out what we want to do from there. So what's going to be really important on this next turn is going to be the hit spread, right? Because if it's one hit, I'm willing to take the gamble that it's not a super on the Go Bros, but if it is a super, the run's just over. So we'll see. And we are going through this phase a little bit quicker than the last run. Like, we're in the 2nd turn and we're already moving pretty well. Yeah, so the hit spread, I don't know if I want to float them off. I kind of want to test something, but at the same time, I don't. I'm trying to conserve that Whis if I can. And the problem is, yeah, so I guess this is probably the way to go. So we'll grab this with you. I'll be willing to forego the damage reduction with Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku right here, assuming that you know, those 2 hits in the middle are not supers. But if that one is super, we're just dead, right? You could just run, yeah, exactly. We'll see. It just depends on how much damage we do. You know, without that Whis active, this is going to get a little bit sketchy. So we shall see. We'll know when the banners are dropping when the data download hits Lord 4 Minato. I didn't put banners soon in the title or anything like that because we don't know. That's why I said the wait continues. But yeah, so here we go in slot 2. The damage was pretty good. Yeah, okay, so if we get a triple super, we'll just kill right here. Come on. Crit right here. Oh, dude, you need to do one more. 160. Okay, they technically tanked it, okay? That's pretty good. I mean, that's type disadvantage in one of the hardest hitting fights like in the game, right? That was not terrible. I mean, I know it was a lot per normal, but the fact that he didn't just die was pretty good. That was without an item active. So I'm gonna chalk that one up as a W for this video. Like, that was a, like, you know, I'm not gonna, like, you know, it's not like holy, like that was crazy or anything like that, but that was pretty good. Let's use an item this turn. We'll just get it going now. Yeah, I've seen worse tanking in my life. I've played this game a lot. I've seen way worse tanking than that. We'll grab this with the GT Duo. Will these 3 orbs be enough for these frauds? It will be enough to get the 18 key at least. Yeah, so this will be good. We'll get this in, and then we do have the Whis active on this turn. So yeah, I mean, you know, like we you know, let's not beat around the bush. That wasn't like the craziest tanking I've ever seen, but yeah, I mean, you know, type disadvantage, no item. You know, they're not really a defensive unit, and like they, you know, they took okay damage there. That wasn't bad. I'm pretty content with what I just saw right there, to be honest. So we shall see. All right, here we go. Boom. Yeah, so now on the next turn, I don't know who we even, is it going to be double TV? I think it is. And if it is double Trunks of Vegeta, we've got, I do have a Discord, but, I'm still in the process of setting it up, and I don't have the clips recorded, but I have the timestamps for them. Okay, so who's getting supered right here? The GT Duo? I mean, if you want to send them over, I could like forward them to my guy that helps me with shorts. But yeah, so let me lock in real quick and finish this up, and then we can talk about that. But so GT or Boo Duo right here has the super came on the GT Duo, right? And then with the item active and all that, that was obviously not going to do any damage. Yeah, and you know, they still find a way to sneak in some damage on those guys. What we'll do is let me put them in the middle just to make sure they have links. This is bad for the orbs because there's no way for me to get, I think, what if I grab, I'm gonna test this. What if I grab this? Will the physical ones become available? No. Okay, well, this will be a nice test, right? We have an item active. Let's just see what happens. Super in slot 1. Come on. This will be their encore. No 18 key. Slot 2. Let's see what they can do. And with the hopefully with the item active, that means we'll just take the damage and we'll be able to get the revival on the next turn. That's kind of the idea, right? So 3.9 there from the Vegeta and Trunks duo. They always like coming through. Perfect. And they dodged it. Okay. Yeah, we have a Whis active right here, so I can't imagine with normals it's going to be like awful. You know, if we take like 60k on normal, I'm okay with that. Double digits, okay. That is with Whis active, so not the craziest thing, but that's good. I was expecting like 40 to 50k right there, and they got double digits, so pretty good. If we would have been able to get like the 18 key there and actually done like a realistic representation of their damage, that could have been like really, really impressive. But a pretty good showing on this run. We just need to finish this one out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the gamble that they'll be, by the time Goku does his super, Vegeta and Trunks will be done. Or not Vegeta and Trunks, they'll just be dead by the time they can do that super in slot 3. That's the idea, right? So now they're going to start hitting a little bit harder because that item is worn off, but we do have a lot of potential damage right here with Trunks and Vegeta being here. We have the, you know, the GT duo doing however many supers they're going to do. You know, if they do like 3 to 4, we should be good in terms of the damage. And then with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, that first hit will hurt, but if it's not a super, we'll be okay. So now the GT duo can potentially get supered, and that'll be the end of the run, I believe. But, you know, again, not the worst showing. Like, you know, you can probably beat this event with the Go Bros here. And this is without, like, any of the standbys being active. Like, if you guys don't, like, you know, what's the word? We, I'll get it. We, I mean, we took double digits from the normals on that one turn, right? Yeah, with the quad, they'll be okay. Okay. So Yeah, because we have like, you know, the defense will be pretty high at this point. We have 700,000 HP. Like, even if they super, I don't know if that's gonna just, is this just gonna kill because their damage reduction is fully built up? We should be okay. Well, it'll be close. 420. Yeah, so that first hit, I think being type advantage, Goku should be fine right here. You know, it could do like 250 to 260k, but that's not gonna kill. If he crits though, it's just done, right? Yeah, 150 like I said. Okay, so now we have low, yeah, so here we go. This kind of worked out exactly the way I wanted it to, just according to plan, right? Go ahead and throw these guys in the middle. Do this right here. Take this off. And with all that being said, here was the Go Bros versus the, what's the word, right? The, I'll get it. The Goku Black and Zamasu Red Zone. Let me know how you guys think they did in there. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.